In The Pact, a woman struggles to come to grips with her past in the wake of her mother's death as an unsettling presence emerges in her childhood home.
Hi, baby. Can you see Mommy?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Can you see me now, baby?
Yeah? Mommy, who's that behind you?
The Pact was the very last film that I saw at the 2012 Sundance Film Festival, and, you know, I was kind of burnt out from seeing so many films. I see like 5 or 6 a day. I was thinking, this sounds interesting. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't. And I have to say, I was shocked at how much I loved it. It had me literally numb with fear. It is one of the most suspenseful movies I've seen in a long time, and even though there's some goofy stuff in it, which I will get into in more detail in just a minute, it still had enough, and it got better as it went, and the suspense literally had me almost choking. I was numb watching the movie. It was insane. So getting a little more detailed, first of all, the plot is, like I said, it's got some goofy stuff in it, but overall, it's relatively unique. I mean, the backstory, I guess, the storyline, if that makes sense, if you know what I mean, that was unique, even if there were some things in it that were not. Like, for example, you can see in the trailer that, you know, the little girl on the computer doing a video chat is like, who's that behind you? And, you know, when that happened in the movie, I was like, I feel like I've seen this so many times. And that kind of stuff is in the movie, and there's a little bit of it that's a little but I actually think that they put a good twist on those things. Not even a twist so much as just it was well done. So that was okay in my opinion. Also, it was modernized. There was like Google Maps and Siri and stuff like that in the movie. And I have to say that, you know, I'm on the fence about stuff like that, but I think they did a good job with it. Once again, everything that could be something I'd have a problem with, they did a good job with it. The only major problem I have with the script is that there are some dumb people that do dumb things, which is of course kind of a staple of horror movies, but it doesn't have to be. They did dumb things. You know, I think there's a part where, like, the cop goes into the house alone, if I remember correctly, and it just, stuff like that is just dumb. And it kind of takes you out of it because it's like, would I do that? Would anybody really do that? So, that kind of stuff, whatever. But as for the other stuff, I think they did a really good job with some of the things that would have made me put off. Directing-wise, like I said, the suspense and the tension in this movie, amazing, honestly amazing. I had a chance to speak with the director, Nicholas McCarthy, after the film, and he was a nice guy, first of all, so that, you know, that gives it a thumbs up, but that's irrelevant to the movie. But I was talking to him about it, and I just, you know, I couldn't believe, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, how did this guy, he almost choked me with fear, you know? It was unbelievable. He did an amazing job. Also, there were some unique scares in the movie, and, you know, I was surprised by that. And I have to say that the cinematography was fantastic. Some of the shots were beautifully terrifying, and so I really appreciated that. I was very surprised by this movie. I did not expect it at all. And finally, the acting. Now, like I said, you know, the characters do dumb things in the movie, but I thought that the acting was pretty good overall. I don't remember having an issue with it. In general, once again, it's really just, it's a character-related thing. I think it's in the writing more so because, you know, the actors are doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's not like the actors chose to do stupid things in the movie. But, yeah, I think the acting was fine. And I have to say that one person in the cast specifically was just amazing, but I will mention that in the spoiler section coming up, which I do have a few things to mention. But overall, The Pact really surprised me. It scared the hell out of me while I was watching it. I do admit that there are some dumb things in it and, you know, some goofy stuff, but maybe it's just for me that I was able to look past those things. And, you know, if you watch the trailer, you can see there's some dumb stuff in it. Maybe people can't look past that, but I think that the suspense and the tension just, it really made it worth it for me because it terrified me and it had me numb. I remember actually being numb at one point in the movie, and so that's pretty intense. Maybe that was for a different reason and it was a coincidence, but, you know, I'm just saying, it's true. So now I'm going to talk about a few spoilery things about The Pact. Trust me, you do not want to know anything about this movie before you see it. There are some twists and turns that you do not want to see coming. So please do not watch the rest of this video unless you've seen The Pact. If you haven't seen it yet, click off and come back after you have seen the movie. So now let's talk about a couple of spoilery things about The Pact. First of all, I want to say that I thought the end was a little bit cheesy when it went to, like, you know, the eye hole and the eye opens up. I thought that was a little cheesy. And for all I know, they maybe cut that out because this was back at Sundance, but I would have preferred it end as they're driving away. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, I thought that was a little bit silly. That was a goofy thing for sure. I thought it was cool that the mom was kind of a red herring almost in the movie, and, you know, there was the backstory for the most part. Even though I said it's unique, it's kind of left to your imagination, a lot of it, so I definitely appreciate stuff like that when you can kind of fill in the blanks yourself. And the actor that I want to mention was fantastic was, of course, the killer himself, the villain, whatever you want to call him. He was absolutely terrifying. When he crawled up out of the floor, my jaw dropped, and I was frozen in fear and wonder at just like, what the hell? This is amazing. And I love the fact that he was alive. You know, it's not like a ghost villain. Like, he was alive, which is weird. But then that kind of brings up a question. How long was he under the floor? There's, you know, that's kind of a major problem with the movie, unless I'm confused. Maybe I'm thinking back and remembering it wrong. But I remember kind of wondering, well, wait a minute now. Has he been under the floor this whole time? You know, it was a little weird. But I don't know. I still loved it. I did love it overall, even if that is a major problem with the movie. I don't remember if that was explained or maybe people have figured it out since, but I definitely loved The Pact. So let me know in the comments what you thought of The Pact. Did you think it was dumb where you're not able to look past some of the silly stuff in the movie like I was? I guess I gave it a pass because, first of all, I think they did a good job with it. Also, the visuals were great and the tension was fantastic. So I was able to look past some stuff because the rest of it was good, in my opinion. But let me know what you thought of that. Let me know what you thought of the tension and the suspense. And let me know what you thought of the damn creepy guy under the floor. Please put a spoiler tag, though, if you're going to talk about anything with spoilers so that you don't ruin it for anybody else in the comments. Let me know anything that you want about The Pact, and that's pretty much it.